No.
2009 is a long time away.
It's an eternity here, but that's, again.
It's really like tomorrow.
No. Can you imagine how many things are going to the bridge by the time tomorrow hits?
Yeah, but you understand the time accelerates.
You do understand.
2009 is.
Tomorrow is.
We're gonna go address that elephant right up front. I didn't take the money, I've sent all the proof of that.
It's not even the taking, the funny part is it's none of that, because I think we've already laid all that on the table. It's just that all of a sudden we come back 6 weeks after meeting, yes, we're larger than we thought we were going to be, which means we've got a better opportunity to get it paid off sooner. But we said, it's gonna take us at least a year to unravel these records. I'll be honest with you, I'm still not convinced we even want this person to come in and do the audit on the stuff, because I'm leery of what can come out of an audit going through on the records. I'm almost, if the goal is to get it paid off and make this thing go away, I don't want to have anything that we're saying, but we're hedging on this or we're hedging on this. I'd rather just say, this is what's been reported, we know this is over-reported, we don't even care, let's just get it done.
And, you know, and by the way, on the way back, I was in that position too. If all we're gonna pay is the taxes, and we're not gonna have to pay the penalties and not have to go through an abatement file, then skip it.
That goes back to our discussion from earlier about AEM. In every scenario I go through, I can't see how we win by doing it, because we're going to have a huge cost up front. We open ourselves up to discovering something that shouldn't exist. We open ourselves up to an audit that tells us something that is different than we believe.
It's going to get worse.
And if
No, there's no way. The liability may shift. That's what
the liability may shift, but the problem is, if we come back with anything different than what we reported, and we get an auditor sign off, in order for them to sign off, they have to be comfortable. I don't think there's an auditor in this country that can sign off on AEM the way it sits right now. Just in case you wonder. But beyond that, if they come back with anything that they have comfort on that doesn't corroborate what we've told them, we just shot ourselves in the foot. That's our last hole of credibility. This thing is unauditable, and that's why I think that.
And frankly speaking, it really is, unless you spend a bunch of time and money. Hey, let me tell you what. I am 90% okay towards that goal.
I know you are. I know.
Yeah.
But
About 7 o'clock.
All they'll do is reduce penalties. That's
That's what I mean by compromise.
Okay.
No, they're not going to compromise on the trust fund.
or the regular tax. But the more I thought about this whole argument, the more I realized what I need to do from the fact that if we actually get something done, it flies in the face of what we said, which is these things are such a disaster, it's almost going to be impossible to get it done. I mean, that's what we laid out to them in July. It just scares the bejeebers out of me to actually get an audit done on this. Because if we're able to get it done, it's going to take an eternity, which doesn't help us in our hands.
Well, then you just make my case, Dan. You just made my case. My case is, here's the reported tax. Prepared on PBS. Sunshine Companies is gone. Offering compromise only, teeny tiny amount. Let them reject it, but at least we'll try it.
Right.
Pay for that expense. We promise Craig we do our best.
Right.
Cost us $50,000 to run this offering compromise through. We might get lucky. Somebody may like it, his uncle's there or something. I don't know. Or the IRS will switch its policies. And if we lose it in a year, we lose it in a year. We'll just have to, Craig will have to know that at least he's got a salary if he has no assets.
What are you gonna offer? What are you gonna offer?
I think based on his 433A, he's not worth more than $1 million to the IRS over a 10-year period. He's not, based on the list of his assets, he can't be worth more than $5 million. So we offer him $2 million.
That's
so
what I would
take that
say.
in a heartbeat. And if they don't take that, they're idiots, because that's the best. That is literally the best possible case scenario. How are you going to possibly pay a guy to be any type of executive if he's got an IRS lien on there? I mean, you destroy your credibility as a public company.
$2 million.
$2 million is generous.
Very generous.
So we offer $2 million on Sunshine, and we tell them we don't want to spend any more money on PBS. It's a screwed up doggone mess. We're going to just agree to pay the $132 million. It's not even $132 million actually. That note covers the difference. We're going to pay you the note, which is the full value of the assets.
What's that?
The BCA note for $132 million.
We're going to have BCA. In order for us to have any shot, we shot ourselves in the foot, and I took the bullet for that, because Berkowitz threw it out in the meeting, which is, you told us this was gonna happen, you told us this was gonna happen, you told us this was gonna happen. We're 9 months further down the road, since what you told us was going to start happening, and all we've done is incur the liability, so I wanna make sure that.
Yes, oh, I see, yeah, I thought you were.
No.
Okay, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That part of BCA is fine, right, yes, by the end, the
I
rest
don't
of it, I
care
was
if
hoping
it
was done,
I have
yeah.
a vote, but by December 31, we need to make sure we've got that.
Yeah.
That's my only concern there, because otherwise they'll come back and they're not gonna be at all passive through this thing, and wait and see what we do, they're gonna come back, that's please.
Yeah, you know, that's why, everything you say though, it all brings us back to the
They
exact
can't
point.
wait, they're going.
No.
No.
Again, I'm not worried about the settlement, I'm not worried about anything else, it's the fact that we're suddenly this balloon, this is gonna miraculously go on in 2 years, when we already said it's gonna take us a year at least to season the book and everything else to see if we have a shot, and we've gotta have time to roll it
And I'm
up.
not suggesting we go and change the amount. I mean, like I said, maybe we leave the 1 million for next year, and then we go to 2 million the year after.
No,
All we're
it's
gonna
not-
do
we're
is
gonna-
call the balloon in 2 years.
Okay, but let's step back for just a second. Let's assume for argument's sake, we can get the book in reasonable form January 1. We have to season it for 12 months and even have the ability to get a loan on it, then we would, in theory, that gets us all the way through 2007. Then, assumedly, if we can get all this done properly, and we can add, if we get it done right, we can, but we have until December of next year before we even are gonna have a shot at really knowing what we're working with, because we will finally have had a chance to prove it out. I understand what you're
What are you
saying.
saying this to? Who are you telling this to? Are you telling me that's the truth? Are you telling me this what you want to try to persuade someone to?
No, there's a certain level of truth to it, but how, if you go to the outside,
Time to season it, ready to make.
I heard what Robert said.
It's all on pro forma.
It's all on pro forma.
All you need to do is have the right platform, that's what MBA is.
Okay,
MBA has a solid audited history for a decade and a half.
okay.
The
So you
question-
roll everything up under there. and-
Right, that's why I'm rolling it back to there. Everybody's gonna say, well, they only make, 1.5%. And we're gonna say, that's exactly right. On the first 500 million, they make 1.5%. On the next 5.5 million, they make 2.5. On the third 500 million, they're making 4. They're too small in their size. What's not readily apparent is their platform isn't really big enough to do it. We have to take our ThinkWorks system and insert it, but the same principle applies. You make a lot more money on $1.5 billion than you do on 500
Oh, sure,
million.
absolutely, economies of scale, whole 9 yards.
You see, so I'm not at all worried about getting the money. I'm just worried about making it seem rational.
That's, again, the rational part's the part that's been killing me in this whole thing.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Dan Myers insisting that it be rational. So does the world coming to
That's shocking. One,
While we're talking to Frank, why don't you look at these, because I have to deal with this tomorrow morning.
I saw that.
No, these are gonna be done.
So I haven't seen the notes on it, but I got the copy now.
Oh.
I literally, or 2 hours.
Argent Firma is gonna go to a spreadsheet for registration purposes, because it's holding all the coastal stuffs. And we'll have 5 owners of that. So they'll drop it to the separate sheet over here with these. O'Sullivan, Glover, all that cards. Just some people to come in, just so we don't have to have 50 million resumes put out in this thing. So where do you see things going and moving? The blue boxes are being closed or are closed. The green boxes are closed or are closed. The blue boxes are still open.
What do you mean by that?
To Titanium or over to there, or around us.
Well, our discussion the other day, they analyze you're gonna have to do all the other stuff. I don't care if we date it 12/31/06 and make it retro to 1/1/06. But I think we're gonna have to do that. We just need to figure out what the money is for a month's license.
Well, just close them all down, just transfer the business over.
If we shut it down, we have to lock it down there in that tree, then that we go line up. So we have to make it retroactive. We have to make something as of 1/1, so we don't have to go through any audit or something like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world. Now you know what my nightmare has been for the last 2 weeks. I don't mind doing a retro agreement to make sure it doesn't affect my licensing. We need to figure that out.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start working on that. That's, yeah.
Yeah. That, again, we want our spot, but I can't imagine any
That's
less.
not like, yes, I don't.
More importantly, the thing I actually thought about was, we're saying this is how the tax is recorded. You know, PBS for the first 6 months, great, that's good. Except that all that should have names and the tax. How is anybody gonna reasonably say, there's not a lot for free? You know what I mean?
That's right. I heard you say that.
So, I just.
Yeah. No, that's right. You're right. Hey, Jay and Shane, you'll pack your stuff.
Companies? A lot.
How are we doing on the order?
I think we have a new one.
Larson?
No, well, Larson, it turns out Larson bought Chastang Farrell, which is a local company. And Chastang, I met with Larry Cleese, who happens to be a good friend, like 25-year friend of Bill Walsh. So Larson, the managing partner of Larson, happens to be a friend of Jason Carlson's.
Happens to be.
Yeah, happens to be.
How
yeah.
big are
They're top 20. They're number 17 with the purchase of, they're like 18 with the purchase of Chastang.
Are they based at the Midwest?
Right.
Huh?
Are they based out of the Midwest?
They're based in Minnesota, but they're buying the company here that has a very large presence here. They've got 4 offices, one of which is in Orlando. Actually, the guy I used to work for started this one.
Did we get
20 years ago.
explanation
Of what?
why they want to run us?
Yeah, they can handle us. They have 2 staff, though.
What does it say in the letter?
The resignation, I don't have it yet, but that's what it's going to say.
Because they completed the audit, they're not withdrawing you on it?
No.
Nothing like that?
No, and actually, they were begging me to find out to stay engaged. I'm actually.
Probably do the PEO business.
Huh?
Probably want to do the PEO business, right?
They would actually do the PEO business. They would actually do any of it, but they want to stay engaged because, I mean, Jay actually likes us. Jay was actually really ticked that his partners made him withdraw from the engagement, but the reality was, he figured they need about 5 staff to do this, including managers and seniors and whatnot. They have 2 staff available, one of whom is got 2 years of experience now. The other one has 1 year of experience. That's what we wrapped up our audit with last year, as a partner in those 2 people. They can't handle us. And when Katie came in to look at it, and they figured out we've gone from 30 to 80 companies, there was just nothing left for them. They physically can't handle us. So I'm actually.
We keep one of the big companies, so obviously.
Well, I don't think a big company will take us right now, and I think Bill's relationship with Chastang, with Larry
I'm sure
Reese
that
there.
will help, right?
Plus, it happens to be Chastang's the firm that has the Nexia name.
Right.
So there's a lot of intricate reasons, based on knowing the managing
Right,
partner
no, I
there.
understand Jason's father, the client, and all that stuff.
Larry Cleese? Yeah, Bill Walsh was involved
You
too,
know?
so that's the partner
What
we're
do you
trying
what
to
do you think of
get.
your
So,
firm? Right.
Let me see.
What do you think of the firm?
I think Larry's a good
What is
guy.
the general perception in the accounting community of the firm?
Of Chastang?
Yes.
They're one of those lower middle. But they're part of a 40-50 firm network in the US.
Right.
called Nexia.
And they're also,
Which
their
is
relationship
international.
with American Express.
Well, American Express bought a firm, and so American Express had.
No, American Express has sold the H&R Block.
Right, but they had bought it all the time. They've subsequently sold it, but.
They're pretty small. They've got two, Larry and there's another partner of mine who are pretty good. But there's another firm up there, we're at 4 ex-PwC partners. We set them up. They're,
Was that more Stevens, Lovelace?
no, I've got
Okay.
We can't just change the auditors.
But we'll keep James Moore on for some of the subsidiary events.
Well, and they said they'd come in for the interview process, they would come help out, they would write whatever.
I'm sure they'd like to
needed
continue the PEO. It's easy, it's super.
I have another one that we're looking at, UHY.
Yeah,
Presidians.
they're Presidians.
Morning.
Look,
I don't even tell them who you
Bill says to me, he says, yeah, we're looking, Chastang's looking to merge with a firm in the Midwest. I'm like, can you tell me who? He's like, no. I said, can you tell me who it's not? Is it UHY? He goes, no, it's not them. I said,
No, all right.
because that would have been
It's just
immediately
tremendous
into that.
volume, so it doesn't go anywhere, so it won't go anywhere now.
Yeah, not that we won't wanna deal with them, we just won't wanna mention where we're sitting.
Not today, next year maybe, Phil.
Let me give you the other side of this scenario. I got a real good feel on where our numbers are going right now. After this, I'm just gonna pay this. Take about 6 months. I'm gonna change some of our plans to get rid of this.
You're killing me. Hey, where are you? Yeah, go ahead and park there. I'm at Trust right now. I'll be out of here in about 5 minutes. And I'll
Did you
walk
hear
over there
about
and meet you.
the Federal Reserve building?
Yeah,
Yes, that's what-
I'll call you when I'm on my way.
I'm going up on Thursday.
All right, then, bye.
A group of 4 people, business tolerance specialists. I've got next Peter, you know, coming in, she's very heavily by productivity. She rang me up and said, what do you think? We might come and talk to us. So she's interested. I'm getting around just now. And another guy who's the managing director for one of the largest training corporations in the country. We can probably get on 2.5 or 3 grand. He knows everybody.
Did you get the spreadsheet?
Did
Did you get the spreadsheet on the employees?
We paid $1.2 million.
I started to put together.
On a note.
I have a copy of it. She has it.
Is it Shell?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have.
Does it have anything in it?
One piece of paper.
It's worth $1.2 million.
Made sure that we had no outline obligations on WTS.
I'm sure Wellington's gonna buy it for $1.2 million because otherwise they're gonna ask for the loan impairment.
Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
That's
I
what
got
we
a lot more.
all those things we forgot.
Lot more what?
I have also reception letters and maybe employment agreements.
Semantic.
So either there's a lot of people with letters and no employment agreements, or we can get the employment agreement.
No, there's a standard employment agreement, so it was non-standard, essentially what was non-standard.
Let's go right away.
Is that what it was?
Here's what I want to
So they
say.
said, here's all the exception letters.
Oh, by all accounts right now.
The rest of them are standard.
I give you clear us from our hurdle.
We had to, when we were doing them, they just kept going off the reservation. But when we were doing it, we would have a standard employment agreement and the
That's
exception.
our plan. Your first bill's January, February, and March. And the next one's up on consulting.
I mean, that's what a couple of these
2 months we
you know, snuck through and.
If we can get these two guys to do it January, February, I told the search, we just don't wanna do any more this year, we need to do it January, February. Let's get these guys scheduled for January, February.
Some of the side, some of the exceptions are so. Some of the terms are so.
Yeah.
$25 billion. So you're looking at what, 7 housing credits or something. We have to do like part-time.
Yeah. I mean, it's, Franklin's doing them all anyway, so we're not too stressed about it, so we're just gonna.
I think we need to retreat shareholders.
I thought you already did that last week, I was waiting for it.
What?
We did that last week, I thought.
We've got across
Shareholder
6
rates?
weeks to stretch that out.
For
Reduce
that?
close down.
Yeah, we can reduce shareholder.
Just now, subscription contract trading 25p.
I mean, some kind of basic shareholder.
It should be making between.
That's why I said, if we can lock it in something, we can lock it in right now. This right now.
There's some, we need to engage attorneys in the UK.
Well, we need to get up,
People that are trying to
Maybe
get
get-
consistent.
yeah, like in the next week, I'll get that done.
Public might be kind just take this.
Okay.
These guys.
We wanna get, what we wanna get to,
Four
agree to,
principals,
and then we'll start cashing out the rest of
good
it.
people, fourth best buyer.
Get everybody to agree.
Very
Franklin's gonna go through, give everybody a new agreement, and say you got till January 1 to sign it. Yeah, okay. We gotta resolve all these other issues at the
Let's
same
go,
time.
I thought we've already been able to move on to smaller, next deal or.
Sure.
Housekeeping, so we're gonna find 6 people, we're up on Thursday next week. Go to the office and we set up, straight to Matt, mid-range, last night. So we're gonna find 6 people, and I'm talking to them about probably a January start.
Go ahead with your Houston guy, I looked at the resume, I was like, oh, yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, so we'll come back with an offer for 25 tomorrow.
If we do 150, we'll get, he's got another 175 already. This guy here is a good guy as well. He's been working with Fox. He's actually in the city.
That's another thing, I thought we were gonna do that under here.
Yes, you have a good point.
The only thing I'm got Steve's checking on the rules on that right now, for the law, since it was an ownership change. So Steve's checking on that before we sign the final paperwork, and that mention that we're. Right, yeah, and if we like to set up, I'll give about 5 minutes. Are you on Friday? I'm not ready.
Well,
Just come through some more of this and some of the audit stuff. It's not anything.
Most of this kind of stuff.
It's not critical, but this guy's always here. I've got Scott, I've got him taking the lead on it. He was one of those